guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day so far. So today's video is really fun because it is all about this guy. This is ARLO'S 9-month update, which is so crazy. Are you happy about it or are you freaked out? It's so crazy to me that we have another 9-month-old on our hands. Not another one, but that we are back at this stage again. And he is just like such a wild man. It's nuts. So I thought it would be fun to do an update video, talk to you about some of the milestones he's hit, some of the changes and transitions we're going through in our household, and just everything he's into. He's a crazy kid. You're a crazy kid. You crazy baby. I'm gonna see how much I can get through with him right here. We'll see. So first up, let's talk about Milestones. This guy started crawling pretty early. So I think the last time I talked to you guys when he was 6 months or so, I think he was already crawling. He started crawling pretty early, and I think he's gonna be walking early too. He can stand on his own already. He can pull himself up on things. He's scooting a lot. Like he'll scoot along furniture to get where he needs to go. Even right before this video, he was pulling himself up on cabinets and like opening the cabinet doors, and he'll try and go into like our Tupperware cabinet. So we are definitely in the stage of like baby proofing everything. We've got the gate back up, outlets are covered, everything like that, because he is just so mobile and so into everything. He also started clapping the other day for the first time, so that was pretty new. He started that like right around 6 months or 9 months, and he does like the blowing his lips thing a lot where he goes, he'll do, yeah, do you want to do that with me? Look. So funny. Hold up. He is still a very opinionated little man. He's like stubborn in good ways and bad, but he's very opinionated and very strong-willed, which I think will be traits that serve him well when he's a grown-up. He's got a lot to say. He's like babbling a lot. He's not saying... Okay, now you're just showing off. He's always knocking my earrings out. He babbles a lot, but he doesn't say any like solid words yet. Like he has said like dad, 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 and mama, 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 but not consistently. He's closer to saying dada than mama. So I think daddy might actually be his first word. Christian's first word was mama. And I think with Arlo, I think his first word might be dada, but he's not there yet. But he is closer to walking than I thought. What? Do you really think so? You really think so? I think that might mean he wants to nurse. He is still nursing. I'm still breastfeeding him, although although he's a really good eater. He is eating like pretty much all solids now, or like all different kinds of solid foods. He really skipped like the purees step, which I think I talked to you guys about in the 6-month update as well too, how we were just sort of like winging it food wise with him. I really wasn't feeling as strict with the food thing as I was with our first. And so like we did purees a little bit and tried them, and I made my own baby food for him a little bit, but for the most part he just wanted whatever Christian was eating or whatever we were eating. So we sit him at the table in the high chair with us. We all always sit down and eat together, and so he'll have whatever is on our plates and we'll just give him little bites, but he eats pretty much all foods now, and then he can feed himself too. He's doing like the little pincher grab, and so we can put snacks on the tray in front of him and he'll feed himself, which is really nice. I'm really loving being in this stage. I'm loving that, like, you know, he's still my squishy little baby. He still feels like my youngest and like the little brother for sure, but he's so much more durable. He's very independent. He is like, you know, if we're in the playroom or if we're playing all out in the open, like Christian likes us to play with him a lot, and Arlo will just sort of like be good with a toy in the corner by himself. He'll sort of make his way to the corner on his own and be doing his own thing independently. Like he's a very independent little baby for the most part. He's like such a mama's boy and so clingy with me, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But when it comes time to play, he's really independent, and when it comes time to food, comes time for food. My brain's not even working. When it comes time for food, he's pretty independent, but he is. All right, I had to pass him on to his dad because I was never gonna finish this video otherwise. But yeah, he's pretty independent with food and he's independent with playing, which is really nice because I feel like we're kind of out of that fog of them being like such tiny, tiny little fragile babies. Like he's obviously still fragile, but I'm just not, I don't know, I'm not as like worried anymore and not as anxious and on edge all the time with 2 kids. I feel like now that we're 9 months in, we are much more settled into being parents of 2 and having 2 kids, and it feels much more normal and less overwhelming. I think I might do, or let me know if you would like a video on like our, I don't know, going from 1 to 2 and like our adjustment, our like how we handled that, because I feel like initially in one of my Q&As I talked about how like I felt like the jump from 0 to 1 was harder than 1 to 2, and I totally take that back now because now that Arlo has gotten older and I feel like we actually know what it feels like to have 2 kids, it has rocked us more than we expected. So yeah, that's kind of like a tangent, but basically we're out of that. I don't want to say we're out of it, but we are in more of a clear zone right now than we were maybe a few months ago in terms of like stress levels and just like overwhelm with the 2 kids. So that feels really good because he is more independent, he's more durable, he's got so much more personality and interests of his own, and it's not just like us changing diapers and nursing all day long anymore. But the boy does love to nurse. He is still breastfeeding and he loves it and would be attached to me all day and night if he could be. In terms of nighttime, that is one of like our big focuses right now. So we are in the process of transitioning him into this room. This is his bed behind me and he has not used it really until the last 3 days. We're on day 4 currently as I'm filming this. So we've only done it for 2 nights in several days. So we're on day 3 or something, but it's been a process. I mean, it's definitely, he does not sleep through the night. He's a terrible sleeper in general, but he's been in our bed. And I know like all the sleep training advice is gonna come my way now. So like, believe me, I'm on it. I'm following all the accounts and doing all the things. But up until now, he's just been sleeping in our bed and it's been really nice and I've been enjoying it because it's like extra cuddle time with him. I can nurse him through the night. But what I've realized in the last couple weeks is that he pretty much just nurses like all night long. And when he's away from us in their room, we really see that because he's up frequently. So first, I'm gonna tackle like getting him used to the crib. The crib freaks him out. He has a lot of separation anxiety with me right now, which is normal for this age. His pediatrician said that's normal for this age. Stranger danger is like coming into play, but like he's attached to me because I've been home all of 2020 with him. So anyways, we're going to get him used to sleeping in his crib first and then work on like sleeping through the night. But that's kind of like our big focus right now. I'm expecting it to take a couple weeks. Like I said, we're only a couple days in so far, and Christian, for the most part, our toddler, does really well with it. He doesn't even notice Arlo is there or crying, but what happens is that Arlo gets up and cries in the night, like midway through the night, and we end up bringing him back to our bed, and then Christian screams when we take Arlo. So it's, you know, we're just figuring out the dynamics of like sleep training a baby is one thing, sleep training a baby in a room that's shared with a sibling is another thing. And so we're figuring out kind of like how to go about that and how to go about that for us. That's one thing we're working on right now, which, you know, maybe I'll talk more in depth about later, but first we need to figure out how to go about it and what works for us first, you know, and then I'll dive into more specifics. But he did really good on our road trip. So I think on the last update, I talked about how we had a 21-hour road trip to Texas ahead of us, which we went on, and actually it like broke him in for the car. He definitely, the first day, he had his moments. I talked before about how he hated the car seat, and then we got another car seat and that helped. And now he's actually in the Graco Forever Deluxe. We have upgraded him to the convertible car seats, which I have a whole video coming out soon about those, but it's really nice because now the boys are in the exact same kind of car seat and he does so well in it. Like, he loves his convertible car seat. He's still facing backwards obviously, but big like cushiony car seat he likes a lot. So whenever the time comes for us to do that drive again, I think he'll be in an even better position to enjoy the drive. But he did really well, and with both our kids, we went on long road trips around the time that they were like 7-8 months, and the long drive just sort of like broke them in. Like they got used to being in the car on those long drives because it was so long. So if you have one coming up yourself, just like hang in there, you know, implement some tips and tricks. I know I've shared a lot on my channel there, but know that it might be exactly what they need to sort of break them in and get them used to the car and the car seat they're in too. I forgot to mention in terms of like walking and mobility stuff, so he can pull himself up. If he's in the crib, we lowered it super low because if he's in the crib, he'll stand and like pull himself to the railing. He scoots along furniture a lot. He can actually walk with his walker pretty well. He's not bold enough to take steps on his own without the walker just yet, but I feel like by 10 months he'll probably be walking because he wants to. I don't want to say that. Maybe by, I don't know. I don't want to put a timeline on it because it really doesn't matter. But I think within the next few weeks, he'll be there because he wants to. He's just like working up the confidence to do it. And we're not like pushing him or, you know, I'm not worried about it, but he gets antsy if he's not like practicing. Like if we're holding him and we go to put him on the floor, he doesn't even want to sit on his butt anymore. If we try and sit him on his butt or like, you know, sit him on the ground the way I'm sitting, he'll straighten his legs out because he wants to stand. And if he's crawling around, he'll pull himself up on furniture because he doesn't even want to crawl. He wants to be standing and upright the same way we are. He really is so like interested in everything around him, and so he observes so much. He learns so much from Christian. He wants to do everything his big brother does, for even like the toys that Christian's playing with. He wants to play with the big kid toys. He wants to play with the soccer ball. Like he is moving fast that way. But it's interesting, when we talked to his pediatrician about it, she said it's common that second children will often like progress faster developmentally, but then slower when it comes to speech because we're not working with him as much focus time on it. We're not sitting in front of him going, mama, mama, mama. We're not doing that all the time because we're just so busy. So I just thought that was interesting. He loves soccer just like Christian. He already is like, he will dart across the house to get to a soccer ball if he sees it, and he can pick it up and throw it, and we'll kind of bounce it in front of him, and he loves that. And so we're often taking them to the soccer fields to get like practice in for Christian because real soccer practice for him is canceled and on hold right now. So we'll take him to the fields, just like an open field, and kick around, have Jordan and Christian kick around, and then Arlo watches that. And then Arlo likes to play with the ball himself too. But I definitely see the two of them like growing up playing a lot of soccer together, and it's really cool to see Arlo already so interested and active with it even at 9 months. So whenever we can get him in some classes or some sort of structured thing, we totally will be. Also, in terms of childcare, sometimes I get asked about childcare. We still have no childcare, so it's still us and the kids and doing our thing throughout the day, you know, taking it one step at a time. But Arlo was able to meet Jordan's side of the family at Thanksgiving, which was really nice because those are the first sets of grandparents that have met him, the first family really that's met him at all. So that was really special. And, you know, it feels good that we're starting to introduce him. It feels like real that like he's finally met some family, because up until then he hadn't met anybody. So it's just been a crazy year. Like I really cannot believe that our pandemic baby is 9 months old already, and that we are like, my brain's already going in like 1 year party mode. And you guys might have seen my vlog from Christian's 2-year birthday party last year that, you know, we did quarantine style, just us in the house, like just mom, dad, and the kids. And if we have to do the same thing with Arlo for his first birthday, I'm totally cool doing that. Like we will be celebrating that we made it through a year with Arlo, because he has not been the easiest baby, but he is just so like sweet and unique. And now that he is getting older, I swear it's like with every update, with every milestone, with every age, it just gets more and more fun. And seeing him and Christian's bond together is so special. Seeing my bond with Arlo grow and intensify feels so special. And I just love it so much. I feel like our family is in a really good place right now. And even though the world around us is kind of crazy and, you know, our kids are crazy and we're going crazy a lot of the times, it's just like, I don't know, I feel like we're kind of in a good groove right now. Now, I say that though, knowing that since the last time I updated you guys on Arlo, he went through leap 6, which was crazy. Like, he had such a hard time with that leap. He was cranky, fussy all the time. He like hardly ever laughed. He hardly ever smiled. It really felt like we were just sort of trying to like get through the days the best we could. But I swear I use the Wonder Weeks app, and that app is so accurate for my kids, for both my kids. It's like to the day when it says they're gonna come out of a leap, they do. And then really, as soon as that leap ended, he's been super sweet again. He's still really vocal. He shrieks a lot. He is like a squealer and a shrieker. Like he screams out of excitement even, like so high pitched and shrill like, but that's just him learning his voice. That's him learning to communicate. So I try not to like shush him or anything, because that's his way of talking to us, is just screaming, like shrieking. But other than the shrieks, which like I said, a lot of times those are just due to happiness or excitement, or, you know, it's like instead of laughing, he'll just shriek. And I don't know, he's just such a silly, quirky little guy. So I am planning a Mr. Wonderful 1-year birthday party, first birthday for him. It's gonna be all like old man themed, vintagey Benjamin Button style, because if you guys have been around for a little bit, you may have seen Arlo looked like a straight up old man when he was born, and he still kind of does, but he gets younger with age. So I don't know, I'm rambling now, but let me know anything else you guys would like to know. I'm an open book, and let me know any requests you have. Also, I would love any, you know, just like suggestions or thoughts you have for content for this new year. I am so excited to have this be my first calendar year doing this as my full-time job. So let me know what you guys would like to see from me and anything with the kiddos. I will definitely, like, as their birthdays come up, we've got Arlo's first birthday and Christian's 3rd birthday. Crazy. We've got those coming up, and I'm already planning like themes for them and everything. So I'll get content on that for sure. I'm rambling again. I haven't gotten to like sit down and do one of these videos in a really long time, so it feels good just to like catch up with you guys. But I hope you're all having a great start to your new year, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.